whoa, 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 whoa. It's right here. Obey all posted signs, so we should probably step back just so we're following the rules. I've never this. It could be. Here I am at Foxridge Park in Henderson, Nevada. This may look like a normal park, but there's an urban legend. They say if you come here at night that you'll see a boy playing on the swings. But warning, if you get too close, it might turn into a demon. Maybe we shouldn't come here tonight. What? Oh man, darn transitions. So, why we're here is because of the story. There's the story of this boy who was supposedly killed by a drunk driver, and he's supposedly swings on the swings, and when you get close to it, he becomes into a demonic form. We don't know what that means, but we don't know, because we read the story and there was no records, no nothing. We checked like all kinds of stuff and there's no records of him being killed. Which could mean, there's this creature called a Tulpa thingy, and it's where someone believes that something is real for so long and like really, really believes in it, then it actually becomes true. One of the most fascinating examples of this is the Philip Experiment. In the 1970s, a group of researchers in Toronto, Canada, made up a character named Philip Aylesford. They wrote an entire backstory for him, imagining that he was a 17th century English nobleman and he was a knight who led a tragic life. Once a week, the group gathered around a table focusing on Philip, trying to make contact with him. They'd ask him questions and listen closely for any response. And after a year of trying, finally things started happening. That didn't happen until the group started to loosen up. The group had become friends and they would goof around, sing songs, and play games during the seance. This seemed to be the trick. They reported hearing knocks on the table, which seemed to respond to their questions.
Louder. That's better.
The table seemed to move on its own, lifting up or tipping over. And all this seemed to be coming from Philip, a completely made-up character. So did they conjure this ghost? Did they create a tulpa? The idea of a tulpa comes from a Tibetan term sprolpa, which means imagination or manifestation. In traditional Tibetan Buddhism, a tulpa is a mind-created entity formed by intense meditation and visualizing techniques. Buddhist monks use tulpas as a way to understand the nature of the mind and reality. By creating these entities, monks aimed to achieve enlightenment. Tulpas can be simple shapes or patterns, or even made complex forms like animals or human-like figures. Once created, a tulpa becomes alive. Was Philip a tulpa? Maybe. And what about the ghost boy that haunts Foxridge Park? Could he be a tulpa? So, many people go there expecting to see and experience this boy. Maybe all those people going there expecting to see this little boy created him. Something definitely seems to be happening here. I want to go in that field and set up our equipment in a circle or whatever. There's a cute dog. I want to set up right here. I think right here would be cool. Oh, dang, Sprite. Here's our REM pod. We want the Ovilus. I'm not doing anything. But then if I lift it up and I hold still.
When it touches the ground?
What is with the ground? Can I put it on this and will it go off? What the heck? And then we put it down. What the heck?
How I do not like that. That's what I'm saying. Something is under the ground here somewhere.
Ooh.
Hi. Do you know? Is that you over there on that swing? The swing is swinging extremely harsh. Do you see that? And this is going off like crazy. Where's my EMF? Oh my gosh. So, I'm not gonna freak out like normal people. I'm here to communicate with you and be extremely helpful and nice to you. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to help out. We're just here to learn more about you. To prove to me that you're here. Can you stop that REM pod going off, please? No? Do you enjoy seeing the other kids like come and play on your swing? Well, the swing. You do? Were you hit by a drunk driver? Just curious. Yes. Dad, I've been getting some really intelligent responses from the yes and no. So here's a little neat tool called the spirit box. It's just playing music, literally.
Yeah, you gotta do this. You gotta go sweep forward.
It's very loud. So, I just heard I'm gonna kill this. Nothing to be afraid of. I'm not afraid of anything. Can you say my name? I did not. I feel very special from that. Can you play me some music? Is there anything underneath the ground? Are you some kind of demon? Oh, okay. Dad, it's a demon. I said, yeah, it's a demon. Dad, you might want to look at these EMF readings.
Holy smokes.
It's at the top.
It's like dangerously high.
Yeah, this is like, you could get injured here. Oh my gosh, do you see this? Full. I'm gonna place this on here since you like your swing and you like it being full. Can I swing with you? So, do you want to tell me anything that you need to tell me? Is there anything you need to tell me that... Can you tell me anything? Oh. Do you know the person? Design Forever Walk. Is there a way I can help you with this? Forever Walk? Surface tone. Are you talking about the ground? Are you trying to tell me about the thing where our stuff was going off whenever we would put it near the ground? And then we put it down? What the hey? Anything big? There's this gigantic rocket ship looking thing, and I don't know what it is. So we're gonna go investigate, because it looks cool. I see caution things. Notice. Notice, radio frequency fields beyond this point may exceed the FCC general public exposure limit. Obey all posted signs and site guidelines for working in radio frequency environments. Just a few other notices around here about we should stay back. This is general information for working in the area. Obey all posted signs. So we should probably step back just so we're following the rules. You know, I don't want to be in trouble just for doing it. I brought my EMF out. I'm pointing it off into a random direction and it's already extremely high. I'm gonna have my EMF out. Oh, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Freaky. I've never seen this. Is some kind of AC for a rocket thingy?
So the strange technology we found was clearly putting on a lot of EMF energy. That definitely could affect our ghost hunting equipment. We did our records request at the city of Henderson to learn more about what this thing was. We got records explaining that it was basically a large cell tower, which is supposed to be disguised as a flagpole. There was not a flag on it when we were there, and it looked more like a rocket than a flagpole. So here's an interesting thought. We know the superpowered cell tower can affect our equipment, but could it also be affecting our brains? Well, there's a history of things like that happening. Did you ever wonder why so many ghost stories come from the Victorian era? Were the spirits just especially restless back then? Gaslighting revolutionized the 19th century, bringing bright, reliable light to homes and cities, but it came with a dark side. Carbon monoxide exposure can cause headaches, dizziness, and also death, but it can also increase heart rate, shortness of breath, and hallucinations. Imagine, your heart starts pounding, you gasp for breath, you see a shadowy figure in the corner of your eye, you whispers when no one is there. You'd be sure you were being haunted, but actually you'd be suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning. So what's going on here at Foxridge Park? It's hard to say. Is it really haunted? Maybe there isn't a ghost of a boy who was killed by a drunk driver. I have to say, it's important. Even if the ghost of a boy who was killed isn't real, the dangers of drunk driving is real. So don't drink and drive, please. And watch out for drunk drivers, kids. Even if the park isn't haunted by a boy, it could still be haunted by a tulpa that was conjured there from many people coming there. Or is it the superpowered cell tower, like the leaky lamps of the Victorian times? Is this technology that they put right next to a park made for kids affecting us in a way that we don't fully understand? Or it could be some combination of these things. When scientists learned about carbon monoxide poisoning and its symptoms, it was like, all hauntings are just carbon monoxide poisoning effects. Except, who else reports seeing ghosts? Reports of near-death experiences are full of stories of people being greeted by loved ones who have passed on. So maybe those Victorians who were slowly being poisoned by their lamps were not just hallucinating. Maybe they were bridging over to the other side. It's hard to say. And maybe the cell tower is affecting our equipment and maybe even our brains, but maybe it could affect reality in some other way too. Maybe it somehow weakens the walls between realms. Maybe this creates a portal that allows the ghost of a boy who died tragically to come back to his favorite park. Maybe a tulpa was created by our collective imagination, and maybe it also draws in the energy of a strange, powerful cell tower. We can't know for sure ever, but it's always fun to think about. And if you're in Henderson, Nevada, be sure to check out Foxridge Park. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, share it with people you know that might like it. But maybe don't share it with people that are a little scared of demon stuff.